If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things. Epictetus. Focusing on me became a trend. And like every trend, the internet turned it into a costume. Some guys wear it to look unbothered. Some guys wear it to hide pain. Some guys wear it to justify being cold. And a lot of men confuse self-focus with becoming ice. That's not focus. That's avoidance. Healthy focus is not, I don't need anyone. Healthy focus is, I won't betray myself to keep anyone. There's a huge difference. The myth says you either become the nice guy who lives for approval or the emotionless guy who rejects everything. Both are weak. One is weak because he can't say no. The other is weak because he can't be real. Focusing on yourself is not hating women. It's not being rude. It's not ghosting people to feel powerful. It's not acting like you're above love because you got hurt once. That's just ego with a new haircut. Real focus is boring. It's structure. It's repetition. It's standards. It's doing the same right things even when nobody claps. It's building a life that doesn't collapse when you don't get attention. So this video is about the truth. Focus on me is not becoming cold. It's becoming stable. It's stopping the constant negotiation with the world where your mood depends on how you're perceived. If you're ready for that, good. If you're looking for an excuse to turn bitter and call it discipline, this is going to offend you. Most men don't realize how much of their life is driven by approval. Not just female approval, everyone's approval. Friends, family, the room, the timeline, the group chat, the boss, the algorithm. Approval is a drug because it gives instant relief. You feel seen, you feel safe, you feel like you belong. But it has a price. It turns you into a performer. You start editing your personality depending on who's watching. You say yes when you mean no. You laugh at things you don't respect. You chase attention you don't even enjoy. You stay in situations that drain you because leaving would make you look dramatic. You tolerate disrespect because confronting it would risk rejection. And then you call it being chill. No, that's being controlled. A man living for approval becomes predictable. He's easy to manipulate. He can't be bought with attention, teased with flirtation, pressured by social norms, kept in place by fear of being misunderstood. That's why focus on me feels radical. Because you're not just changing habits, you're breaking a dependency. You're learning to be disliked without collapsing. You're learning to be misunderstood without explaining yourself for an hour. You're learning to move in silence without needing witnesses. This is where a lot of guys go wrong. They swap approval addiction for resentment. They stop chasing validation, but they keep the obsession. Now, it's, I don't need anyone. People are trash. Women are the problem. That's not freedom. That's still being controlled, just in reverse. Real focus isn't hatred. It's independence. Healthy self-focus has 3 pillars: boundaries, routine, self-respect. That's it. Everything else is decoration. Boundaries mean you protect your time, your energy, your standards. You don't negotiate your peace to look nice. You don't keep open doors for people who keep you as an option. You don't over-explain. You don't chase closure from someone who benefits from your confusion. Routine means you build a life that carries you even when motivation disappears. Sleep, training, work, learning, money management, reflection, not as a prison, as a foundation. Routine is how you stop being a slave to mood. Self-respect is the quiet part. It's what makes you walk away from what you used to tolerate. It's what makes you stop begging for attention and start building value. It's what makes you choose the long-term yes over the short-term yes. And here's the key. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean becoming selfish. It means becoming responsible. A man who respects himself becomes harder to corrupt. He's less likely to lie, cheat, manipulate, or settle for a fake life because he doesn't need shortcuts to feel powerful. That's real strength. Not being cold, being clean. Let's talk about women without the childish extremes. Focusing on yourself is not misogyny. It's not women are distractions. It's not treating people like they're problems to avoid. That's insecurity pretending to be philosophy. A focused man can still date. He can still love. He can still be affectionate. He can still be warm. The difference is he doesn't abandon his purpose to keep someone happy, and he doesn't use relationships to fill a hole he refuses to work on. He doesn't chase. He chooses. He stops confusing chemistry with compatibility. He stops calling attention connection. He stops staying in lukewarm situations just because loneliness scares him. He learns to say, "This isn't aligned," without turning it into a war. And when he meets a good woman, his focus becomes an advantage. Because stability is attractive. Direction is attractive. Self-respect is attractive. Not performative confidence, real confidence. The kind that doesn't need to win every argument or prove anything. The goal isn't to avoid women. The goal is to stop using women as medicine for a life you're not proud of. So here's the truth about focusing on me. If it makes you calmer, more disciplined, more honest, more reliable, you're doing it right. If it makes you bitter, rude, isolated, and emotionally numb, you're not focused. You're wounded. I'm calling it growth. Focus is not a wall. It's a spine. It's the ability to live by your standards, even when nobody validates you. It's the ability to build in silence without needing to announce it. It's the ability to keep your heart human while your mind stays disciplined. And yes, sometimes focusing on yourself will feel lonely, because you're leaving the life where you were constantly available, constantly entertained, constantly approved of. That life is crowded, but it's not free. Freedom looks like fewer distractions and more intention. Freedom looks like being able to say no without guilt. Freedom looks like not needing to be liked to be at peace. If you want comfort, excuses, and cheap motivation, don't follow in. Side out now, answer this honestly. Are you focusing on yourself to become stronger or to avoid being seen?